Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Valheim. Today we are going to be rebuilding our base once again because we've already grown out of what we built. So first off, we are going to be starting with our garden. I want to try and make it look a little bit better, and then we are going to tear down our building and rebuild it as well. I also streamed, and during that stream we picked up around 300 and something iron. So right now we have a bunch of stuff down. We have a stone cutter which has the sharpening thing in it, which for right now the only thing I can make with that is this guy. And we also have all of the upgrade pieces down for our forge, so it is currently level 7, so that's kind of good. We also went through and leveled up all of our armor, so all of it is currently as high as we can get it. We also did our sword and our shield and the mace, so all of that is as high as we can go. We have the spice rack thing down so that we have more recipes available in the cauldron. But before we start messing with the garden here, I want to try and craft up the new bow. So we need some of that. We are going to need some feathers. We are going to need some leather. And inside of the forge, we have a new bow called the Huntsman bow. So I didn't realize that we had this available. I didn't realize that we unlocked it. I thought we had to keep using the find one for a little while longer, but that is not the case. So let's grab some iron. We got 79 in here, so let's take all of it, and we are going to level this thing as high as we can right now. So let's get that put together. We have a base damage of 42. This thing is maxed out, and it does 41. So that's already going to be better than the last one here. Let's level it up as much as we can. We might be low on something potentially. We are indeed. We are 1 iron short from being able to level up the bow one last time here. I don't know if there's one more after this one, but we can't go anymore because we are 1 short. That really stinks. We do have some iron set aside. We have some in that chest. We have some in that chest. But I don't remember what I have this one set aside for, because I have 6 of them in there, and I don't know what I was planning on making. It was for the bigger cooking station. That's why we have those 6 set aside. We also have 20 over here, and those are for the chest. So real quickly, we can lose 2 of them, so that's fine. We just won't make 10 of these chests. That is completely okay. We only need 1 of them. We will leave the other one in there for right now, and then I'll just move it over here once we're done with it. So let's waddle on back over here, and hopefully we don't have any more level ups after this one. So let's get that in motion. We are currently doing 51 damage. There is no more upgrades, and we are doing 51 damage. That is pretty cool. Although it says 54 here. Why does it say 51 here? I'm not sure. Maybe there is another level up after maybe we unlock something else, although it does say max quality, so I'm not too sure. Anyways, we're going to swap on over to that one. So what I want to do is make our garden look like a big flower. So around the stone thing here, we are going to build a circle around it with the logs, and hopefully we can get a decent sized circle going. And then off of that, we are going to build out some petals, and inside of those petals is where all of our crops are going to go. We're going to shove some bees in there as well, just to make it look a little bit prettier. So let me get to this. It's going to take me a little while to try and get this circle dialed in, because already it's not really too much like a circle. It's more like a teardrop shape already. So let me try and dial this in a little bit more, and then we'll see what this looks like, hopefully. Well, this is the best circle that we are going to get. So before we start working on the petals, I want to actually place down a bunch of the pathing stuff that we have now. So let's see if this looks a lot better, which I think it does. It looks a bit better than just having dirt right here. Yeah, that definitely looks a lot better. We'll come back later and put in a campfire, put in some benches, make it look a little bit neater. But right now I'm going to start working on the petals. So give me a few minutes here and we'll see what that all looks like here. Alrighty, well, we're just about done with our garden. We're going to have to expand out the fence line just a little bit because we can't close off this petal. So we need one more log right there and then we're done, but we can't because of the fence. So we're going to have to scoot that out a little bit. We'll close off that whole fence line again. And then over on this side, we need to place down a little bit of land so that we can finish off the petal on this side as well. And then we're also going to be building out a dock today and redoing our house as well. So the house is going to have to get scooted over to the place where I wanted to build our warehouse, but hopefully we're no longer going to need a warehouse with the house idea that I have in mind. So that's going to get scooted, then we can finish off this petal as well. But other than that, we are pretty much done with our garden. I'm going to be hoeing a lot of stuff just to try and get everything level in this area right now because we have a little dip right here going down. I don't really like that. I want to try and make this as flat as I can. So I'm going to do all that real quick, tear down our house. I have a little temporary place put together already as well. So then hopefully we can get working on the house here in just a minute. But I'm going to get to hoeing, level out as much of this as I can, try and fill in that little section. And then we'll start working on the house here. All right, well, I got the area as flat as we're going to get it for right now. There are still some spots along the fence line that are a little wonky, but that's only because we have spikes on the other side that you don't get any wood back from when you break them. So I want to try and just hold off for a little while longer. I don't have a whole ton of core wood laying around. We got a couple stacks back there, but I want to use most of it on the building today. But anyways, let me start chipping away at this base. I don't know if we're going to have enough stone to get what I have in mind done, but we're going to have 2 layers of these stone walls that we have available, and then above that we're going to have a layer of wood, and then above that again we're going to have the main layer of wood. So it's going to be a little like 3-story thingamabobber going on, and hopefully we are going to actually be able to build this. I don't want to have to use the reinforced iron stuff that we have available, but we might need to do that. If we do, then I don't have the iron for that right now, and we'll just get what we can put together, something just crashed together. I think our boat hit the coast. We're also definitely not going to have enough stone laying around to get the dock put in today like I had hoped, so that's going to probably happen on a stream or next episode or something like that. I don't have the stone right now to do that. But anyways, let's see what we can come up with here, and hopefully it looks decent. Alrighty, well, I'm done putting together the base, and I gotta be honest, the image that I had in my head versus what I was actually able to execute here are 2 vastly different things. But this is the base that we got put together. It's also, hopefully, the last time we are going to rearrange our base. We have a nice little basement going on. We have a first floor, and we have a second floor there. The roof is a little wonky. I tried to make it uneven so that we were able to have the little roof tiley bits in there, which are these guys, the little toppers. but it didn't actually turn out that way. So the top of the roof, we'll just kind of ignore. It's a little squished together, but it works nonetheless. Anyways, though, here on the first floor is where we're going to have our workbenches so that we can access them relatively easily. And then on the side, we'll probably have 1 or 2 chests so that we can have some food and some armor set aside so that we have quick access to them. And taking a trip on down to the basement, we have our cooking station. So with this thing, we're able to have the bigger cooking thing on it so that we can cook more things in one go, which is going to come in handy. We're also going to have bulk storage down here, and hopefully this is going to be big enough so that we don't have to expand any more for storage. We're going to have some of the upgraded chests, some of the normal chests. Later on, there's probably more chests that we have access to. So that way we have everything down here, all of our cooking, all of our storage. It should hopefully work out pretty well. And last up here is the top floor where we're going to have our bedroom. Now we have to place the bed on this side of the building because if we cross over the threshold, we lose our campfire. So everything has to be over here, our chair, all of our comfort stuff, so that we get as high up on that thing as possible. And then on that side of the house, I think what I'm going to do is place down some armor stands so that we can display the armor that we've gotten so far, and also maybe some of the item frames to display some of the special trophies that we've gotten, or maybe just one of each of them or something like that. I'm not too sure what we'll do on that side of the building. But anyways, I have to start moving all of our stuff on over from the chest because I want to just clear out that whole area so that it's not so cluttered. We're also not quite done with building today. We still need to put something together for our portals, probably, or we'll just line the bottom of the building for right now until we decide on what to do with those. But anyways, let me go ahead and start moving all of the chests on over to our new storage area, and I'll be right back with you guys. All right, well, I'm done moving everything into the base, so this area is nice and clean now. I've also gone through and added in some torches to make it nice and bright during nighttime, and I've planted a bunch of our crops as well. This is going to work out pretty well. I don't know how many carrots are actually planted here because I planted a whole bunch and some of them have despawned, like these little blank spots. So what exactly we can cram into this area, I'm not too sure here. I'll try and keep track of that a little bit better next time. But we have the carrots there. We have our turnips on this pedal here. And I've kind of had an idea on what I want to do with these sections here. I want to take an oak sapling and plant it in the middle because they are like the big fat trees. And I think those would look kind of good here. I just don't have any of these saplings yet. So I'm going to have to farm up a lot of those trees because those saplings seem to be really rare. And hopefully I place them in the center on the first try and I don't have to go farm up more of those than I need to. But for right now, that is our farm area pretty much done. I've also put the campfire in the middle here, and I don't really like it, so we might not put anything there, maybe some chairs or something, but the campfire, not really looking too well there. But anyways, here on the inside, I've also gone through and placed a bunch of torches so that it's nice and bright. I've also used the sconces on the top floor here, so that way we are not using the torches here as well. There is still a lot of storage needing to be sorted out here. I'm not quite done with that just yet. But on the bottom, I've gone through and added in some signs so that I can kind of keep track of where things are. These are only for the big chest on the bottom. They're not necessarily for the top ones just yet. I will try and have maybe 2 chests per big chest, so that way we have a little more storage per item here. That way we don't run out of space, because some of these are kind of a little full of stuff. Maybe not necessarily completely just yet, but they are kind of getting there. I also forgot about it, but on stream we did kill 2 of the abominations. So we have 10 roots right now. We have 2 of the trophies from them as well. And we also went by one of the islands that are floating out in the ocean, and we got some of this stuff. With that, we are able to make a dagger, which eventually, I think I might want to swap over to use that because it has a decent damage output. So this guy right over here, it starts off with a 20 pierce and 20 slash damage. So that is pretty good. It's not as good as the iron sword right now, but I think this is going to drain stamina a lot less than the sword is doing currently. Anyways, though, what I want to do is actually end off today's episode by fighting the bone mass, because there is going to be quite a break in videos here on the channel for the next couple of weeks. I don't exactly know how long, maybe about 2 to 3 weeks, maybe an entire month. I'm not exactly sure. But I figured we can end off the episode today, not the season, not the series, but the episode today, fighting the 3rd boss. So I am already geared up. I already have a portal over there. We are just going to walk through and fight the guy. So we are going to want to take a couple of these with us. We don't need those on our hotbar. I've got a couple of the minor healing things put together, and I've also got some stamina ones put together as well. We've got some food, so let's take a couple of those for each of these. We also want to grab our summoning stuff. So over on this thing, we've got to take the bones. I don't remember how many of these. I'm going to take 10 of them. Hopefully that's enough to do this. I haven't quite walked over to the summoning thing just yet. So I parked my boat, built a portal, and then teleported back home so that I can do all the stuff here. But anyways, let's head on over and hopefully have a good time on killing him. We've got all of our stuff upgraded. We should be good to go here. Well, what do you know? Speaking of abomination, there's actually one right here near our portal. So we might as well try and kill it because I'd rather it not break our boat. So can we counter this thing? We can indeed. And our sword should be a fairly decent damage output thingy. And that is the abomination done with. Good. Okay. So now we just got to take care of this 1-star guy who shouldn't be an issue, especially with our kind of leveled up gear here. So let's deal with these guys, please. We also have a whole bunch of leeches in the water that I might also want to kill real quick because they are just attacking our boat over and over again. So give me 1 minute here. We are going to travel on over to the boss guy in just a second. I just need to clear some ads here. All right, well, I think we are ready to go here. This is the third boss's summoning altar here. It's a giant skull with some green bubbling stuff in it. So let's summon him. Or actually, no, we have to put that in our hotbar. My bad. Let's press the right button. I've already pressed the wrong one once here. So summon the boss, please. Thank you very much. And, oh, we actually had the exact amount, unless it's spawning multiples at once, in which case that's going to be horrible for us. But it was 10 on the money there. Good. Let's get ready here, and he should be a giant blob guy, right? He is indeed. Look at that guy. Cool. So we've got 9.5 minutes left on our... Oh, let's get away from that. On our rested thing, we only have 3 minutes left on our poison resistance, so we got to keep an eye on that. And, oh, this cloud's still there. I thought it would go away and we could actually hit him. Oh, that did a lot of damage, too. Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold your horses here. Come here. Where's your skeleton man? Goodbye. All right, so we want this guy. We want to try and counter this guy as much as we can. And that way, hopefully, we don't take too much damage. Our poison resistance should hopefully hold over a little bit here. Roll away quicker. Thank you. No, that wasn't quick enough. We still got damaged by that. All right, so stamina management is going to be an issue. We don't have a whole lot of it with the food choices we went with. We have a total of 89. Hopefully, we're able to do some damage with it, though. So we just got to keep away from him, basically, and just let him run this cycle over and over again. He's going to spawn some dudes. We kill the dudes. We just avoid his poison thing, and we should be golden. Okay, this might be the final barrage here. Hopefully, if he attacks one more time, we can kill him. There we go. Cool. And critical hit for the win. Nope, one more time. There we go. Cool. All right, so that is the third boss down. Let's make sure we collect all of his stuff. We've got the wishbone, which is going to come in handy now. We can use that to find ore in the ground. So in the swamp, for instance, we can use it to find the muddy scrap file stuff that we are looking for. Anyways, though, let's head back to our portal and jump back to base and plop this guy onto the wall real quick. Let's plop him on there. And now with this guy, we are going to have resistance against blunt, slash, and pierce. So this is probably going to be the thing that we run most constant now moving forward, because this is nice, that one's nice as well, but this one is going to help us fighting things especially going forward here. So I'm going to set that right now. Alrighty, well that's going to be it for today's episode. Like I said a few minutes ago, there is going to be quite a bit of downtime in between episodes here, anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks. I'm not exactly sure how long it's going to be, but there will be a break nonetheless. During that downtime, I want to try and be as productive in the world here as I can. So I'm going to farm up a bunch of wood, I'm going to farm up some more copper and tin as well as iron, and I'm also going to be cycling through our crops so that way we have a bunch on hand. I'm going to go through some of the meadow biomes and try and find some more bees because these guys are being very, very elusive at the moment. But as far as discovering the next boss location or going into the mountain biome and gathering the resources from there, we're not going to be doing any of that. We're just going to be doing stuff that we've already done, so that way we're not having a huge jump ahead in progress here. But anyways, that is going to be it for today's episode, so I hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching!